welcome into the DK Vaporizer. It's your boy Ghost. I'm here bringing you a DK build that you haven't seen in a long time. They say dot builds are dead, but this thing vaporizes people. It is disgusting. You just watch them try to heal and they just melt. I'm having so much fun on it. I hope you enjoy it. And obviously this is tailored to my own play style. I play solo 95% of the time. So if you're group play, you could tweak it a little, or obviously tweak it to your own play style. But this is basically just a blueprint of what I'm doing. And this is for my play style, how I feel comfortable. But whatever you need to do to tweak it, make it feel good to you, you got to do that. So let's get into it. Here's the back bar. Spell resist 33, physical 32, solid. Recovery is decent, 1500, stamina is 1230, but those will go up. Front bar weapon damage is 6200. Resistance is still solid. Spell 30, physical 29. All right, let's get into what you came here for, the sets. Everyone wants to know the sets when you watch these videos, right? So Vatican Ice Staff back bar. That's a triple dot poison. That'll help with your recovery. Defending, casting weakness, puts it 23 to 2200 dot. Flame, frost, or shock every second, which increases by 1% up to 20%. And these triple dots gives you back 238 magic every 2.3 seconds. So it's basically adding 200 recovery to both your magic and your stam. 238. Monster helmet, Marsalok. This is a damage dealer. 10k over 4 seconds, maximum up to 300% when you have more effects on them, and you're gonna have anywhere from 6 to 12 effects on them. So that thing's putting out a lot of damage. Then we have Way of the Fire. Everyone knows, I think by now, that just casting rending slashes will keep the dot on them. That's not right. That tooltip's a little higher than this. So a light attack or weapon skill will bump that. We'll keep that fire on them for 2 seconds. Every 2 seconds it'll tick. So 3860 flame damage every 2 seconds for 10 seconds. But here's the bread and butter. Here's the baby. Here's the holy grail. The Icy Conjurer, baby. It's back. Max magic, weapon damage, offensive pen. Applying a major buff to your enemy summons a non-reflectable wrath that will charge into your enemy, doing 20k damage over 10 seconds. That's the biggest dot in this game. And it gets higher. It's crazy. It melts people. So 21k frost damage over 10 seconds. And then you got the fire ticking on them every 2 seconds. All right, so where do you get this Icy Conjurer? It's in a DLC dungeon. I'll show you right now if you're not familiar with it. So it is in Frostvault. And I should have the waist, I'd have more resistance, but I don't have the sash. I use the gloves or the hands. But it'd be better if I swap that out. But I don't have it, so it is what it is. And Way of Fire, you can get in the traders, or you can grind it in Craglorn. I suggest just buying it in the traders. Craglorn grind's horrible. And Marsalok, you get in Lair Marsalok, but that's the way I like to run it. Fire, Icy, and Marsalok. This is an alternative way, which also is just, I don't want to say it's just as strong, but it's just as viable, just as effective. I'm melting people this way as well. So no Marsalok, you have Malakath now, and Fire, and Icy, and 1 Balord. And you see the pen still there is the same. Malakath is going to be bloodthirsty. Let's look at the tooltip now with Malakath. There's 24,000 over 10 seconds. I mean, that's higher than most people's Vigor tooltip. All right, and here you see the weapon damage with Malakath, 6,300. The pen's 4,600, but that goes up with the champion points. Tooltip's 54 flame on the Way of the Fire every 2 seconds. This is with 1 medium Balord, full fire, full Icy, 1 Malakath bloodthirsty. So actually it is going to go up more. Increases your damage done by 16%. Decreases crit damage by 50, so basically you don't have crit damage, whatever. You don't need it. They're just rotting away with all your dots. And here you can see you still have good spell and physical resistance. But if you do feel squishy, that's front bar, 30 and 29, still decent. But if you do feel squishy, there's another way you could run it. You take off Valorg, and put on Mighty Chudan. And you are tanky boy, beefy boy now. And you're still putting out a lot of dot damage. So back bar buffed up, spell resistance 36, physical 35.5, ridiculous. And you're still putting out a lot of dot pressure. You don't lose that much, to be honest. I'm gonna show you here in a sec. So here's the dots with Chudan instead of Valor. Way of the Fire is still 42.65, and you only lost 200 on there. And Icy's still 23,000 over 10 seconds. You lost 1,000 there, but whatever. Really doesn't matter. That 1,000 doesn't matter because now you're beefy boy or beefy girl, and you're still applying that dot pressure. Me personally, I still like the Marcelock. The dot pressure is even stronger with the Marcelock, but this is still viable. Like I said, look at the tooltip on that staff, 25, 24 every sec, 26, 25 every second, and it goes up. All right, now the skills, the bread and butter of the build. It procs the Icy Conjure, Dazing Knife. It's a scribing dual wield skill. Twirl and throw an enchanted dagger at an enemy, which returns to you after 0.5 seconds and hits additional enemies in its path. Deals 39.29 physical to an enemy and stuns them and the enemies between you and them for 3 seconds upon return. Deals 10,300 physical damage over 20 seconds, another dot. Afflicts enemies with minor vulnerability for 20 seconds, increasing their damage taken by all your other dots and your direct damage. And one thing to note, Icy procs every 10 seconds, so throw that dagger every 10 seconds. The vulnerability lasts for 20 seconds, but every time you throw it, it resets. So keep proccing your Icy every 10 seconds. We'll rip through these. So next we got Rending Slashes, another dot, 15k bleed damage over 20 seconds. Next, Molten Whip, 10k. You spam that once you get all your dots on them. Engulfing Flames, 13.5 flame damage over 20 seconds. Coag, 13k heal. Dragon Leap, tooltips 18k. Let's see what it is with Valor gone. I want to show you the tooltips with Valor. There's 19.3. Alright, so with the one-piece shoulder Valor, the tooltips go up just a little bit. The dot on the Dazing Knife goes up to 10,600. Yeah, 10,700 pretty much. Then the Rending goes to 1650. And Engulfing Flames, 14,800 over 20 seconds. But again, you're not as tanky, but the dots are stronger. So if you're solo, you might want to do Chudan, but I run without Chudan solo and I do well. There's the recoveries with the potion. So Magic Recovery 1951, Stam Recovery 1518. Not bad. That's definitely doable. All right, back bar skills. Race Against Time, must have. Remove snares. Increase crit damage and increase your speed. Gotta have that. Igneous Weapons, Major Brutality and Sorcery. Elisus, procs your Bat Staff, reduces their resistances. Hardened Armor, buffs your resistances, gives you a damage shield of nearly 5k. Resolving Vigor is one of your heals. Temporal Guard, reduce your damage taken by 5%. Alright y'all, champion points. This is all up for debate. This is what I like. Force of Nature gives me like 4 more K pen. Damage over time, especially with this build. Ironclad, Duelist for buff. I play solo. I don't have a healer. I don't have people buffing me. I do it. I gotta do it myself. So that's what I like. I'll swap these out every now and then, but that's basically what I play with. Sometimes I go in Tamed Aggression. Red Tree, I like Help. I like Fortified. I like Rejuvenation. I like Slippery. It saves me on stamina. Some people will tell you do Sustain by Suffering over Rejuvenation. I get it, but I like seeing it on the sheet. Bastion, if I'm dealing with Arcanists and Sorks, I'll throw that in. But yeah, it's all up for debate, all up for discussion. Do what feels best for you. Good luck out there. I hope you like this build. It's been super fun. Catch me on Twitch, Ghost the Killer. I stream at least once a week, sometimes two. But yeah, come by, holler. All right, incoming clips of this build in action. Peace.